Let's talk about the 5 things that you need to expect when divorcing a narcissistic wife. Okay, men, tune in. And chances are you're the one that's going to pull the plug on it. That's why you're watching this video. So let's dive into this. Number 1, expect for her to love bomb you. Why? Because you're probably amazing supply. That is why you're the one pulling the plug on it, right? You finally saw through her and you finally are deciding to leave. So now what she's going to do? She's going to try to hoover you back in, because why are you good supply? Chances are you have a thick wallet. You're probably good looking. So you make her look good on the outside, you know, the perfect husband-wife dynamic. And of course, you're an amazing emotional punching bag. That's why you've been with her this whole time and taking it, right? Number 2 here, once it finally sinks in for her that you're leaving her, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to activate that shame, because now she's going to have this image of her as the perfect wife destroyed. So you're going to activate shame, and shame's going to activate anger, and anger is going to activate this extreme rage, which is then going to take us into number 3. 3 is going to be extreme lies to completely destroy your reputation. So she's going to try to basically deface you in front of everyone. Your work, colleagues, whatever, you know, your family, your friends. She's going to say things like, he used to rape me, or he used to abuse me, or he used to beat me, you know, he used to cheat on me, he was an alcoholic, he abused drugs, he was a gambler, whatever it may be. She's going to do something to destroy your reputation, including blackmail if there's any. Be prepared for it. And she's also going to try to destroy your reputation from your children if you have any. So be prepared for that as well. And you're going to have to undo a lot of that damage. And I know it's going to be really hard, but you're in this fight already. So number 4, remember, when you guys actually go to court, she's going to play the victim card. She's going to turn on that charm, because this is a narcissist and that is what they do. So what's going to happen? Everyone's most likely going to start believing her, right? From the judge to the lawyer, she's going to be this victim, cry on demand actress, and you're going to look like the worst person in the world, because this is what these people do. What I suggest you do is you go with a lawyer that is specialized in this, possibly find a judge that is specialized and has dealt with narcissists in the past, but you need to understand that people are going to be taking her side. Another advice I can give you here is when you actually go to court, okay, if you can have some victims there that can activate that narcissistic rage in her by maybe, you know, criticizing her, saying some bad things about her that are true, that might get her to lash out in court, and then people will see the true side of her. But again, this is going to be very difficult to prove, because they're amazing actresses and everybody's going to be on her side. And also remember that family law is not exactly on the guy's side when it comes to this, and I truly hope that this is going to change in the future. Number 5, this woman's going to be entitled to everything in this, right? In her head, she owns everything. Basically, think about it this way: you're her stock and she invested into you, and now she expects a dividend. So whatever it is that you have, prenup or not, she's going to expect everything to be hers. And I don't want you to go into this with the mentality where, you know, okay, maybe if I give her this much, she'll finally just leave me alone. It's not going to happen. To her, she just wants more and more and more. It's all about the fight. It's all about putting you through misery and winning this situation. So expect for her to file every motion in the book, waste all the money on the fees, right? Just to fight, just to drag it out more and more and more. What I suggest you do is just to relax, you know, take a step back, give her some control so that maybe finally she'll get bored. That's your best case scenario here. And number 6, I know this is a really touchy subject for a lot of you guys, because a lot of you have children together, and yes, she will weaponize the children 100%. It's not about their best interest. So don't go into this thinking, oh, I want my children to have a mother, it's so important for us to have a relationship. That's not what's going to happen. The children to her are just to weaponize, to put you through pain. So what you need to understand is address this from the start. It's called parallel parenting. Address this with your lawyer, because it's not going to be normal co-parenting dynamic, okay? Nothing can be left to interpretation with this woman. You need to address parallel parenting so that when she does alienate the children, when she does tell them some outrageous things like daddy used to abuse me, or daddy left us for like someone else, something outrageous, there is a third party involved, okay? So in parallel parenting, what typically happens is that all communication is done through a third app where the judge and the lawyers have access to it. It's called Our Family Wizard. That's what they typically use. And also, if the child is getting alienated, if they for some reason are not picking up the phone and don't want to visit you anymore, you know, a child psychologist gets involved to undo that damage, that gaslighting, whatever lies she's going to put in the child's head. It needs to be undone by someone else, preferably on top of you. Okay, I hope this is helpful for you guys. I know this is really, really difficult, but I want to almost congratulate you for at least starting this process and getting closer to your freedom than before. Okay, if you need help navigating this, I do offer one-on-one coaching, a link to which you can find up in my bio. And of course, I'll be posting a much more detailed YouTube video on this topic on my YouTube channel, a link to which you can also find up in my bio. Take care.